Gratomic acquires remaining 37% interest in Aukam property. But Stijn, did you make a video on this exact topic exactly a month ago? Well, that I did, but this time is different, I promise. Ayo value investors, how are you doing? My name is Stijn and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we'll dig through the new news report from Gratomic, and then I'll answer some of the most frequent questions I've seen floating around regarding this topic. Before we start however, please consider subscribing to the channel with the bell icon checked. That way you will get notified whenever I publish a video, and in doing so you put a smile on my face. Anyways, enough plugging, let's go into it. So this is the new news report. Gratomic acquires remaining 30% interest in Aukam property, and this first part is some proper legal mumbo jumbo. Basically, Gratomic now has the full 100% interest in the Aukam property. And for the people that don't know, Aukam is Gratomic's extremely high purity vein of graphite located in Namibia. And this second pink part is also some proper legal mumbo jumbo, but it is important to note that Gratomic now has 100% of the Aukam mining license as well as the Aukam exploration license. So Gratomic is fully legally enabled to start operating their mine, so there's nothing holding them back anymore. Also, the blue part, Lynn Brandt has resigned as a director to facilitate the appointment of Cliff Bream as a director. Don't worry, Lynn Brandt, the sister of the CEO Arno Brandt, will still be with the company as a general manager in Namibia. So what has Gratomic paid for the remaining 37% of the Aukam property? Well, they paid roughly 26 million shares of Gratomic. The next part of the video is going to be specific and complicated as hell, and I'll actually do a summarized version in just a bit. Actually at this time, so skip ahead if you would like. So for this deal there are three classes of shares. First, the escrow shares, which are 19 million shares roughly. Second, the additional shares, 2.3 million shares roughly. And then the dilution shares, 4.5 million shares exactly. So again, in total, Gratomic paid Next Graphite roughly 26 million shares. And there are a couple of rules attached to these shares. So first, a hold period expiring on November 3rd, 2021. So Next Graphite cannot sell any shares until that date. What's more, starting from July 29th, 2021, the escrow shares and the dilution shares are subject to an 18-month escrow, with a release of 1/3 of the original balance every 6 months. So those 19 and 4.5 million shares will be released in 3 equal chunks 6 months apart. So roughly 8 million shares will be released to Next Graphite every 6 months following July 29th. Also, the pink part, additional shares are subject to a 12-month escrow. So let's summarize and rephrase some of this. I think there's two very important concepts from all this legal and technical mumbo jumbo we need to grasp. First, the company is actually trying to dilute their outstanding shares as little as they possibly can. I mean, the shares that are used for this deal will not come into the public market for at least months or even years. And that way the stock price will not be pushed down too much by all these shares flooding the market. Second, if we divide all the shares paid to Next Graphite, so this number, by the original shares outstanding, so this number, well, then we get to a percentage of 17%. So in fact, Gratomic paid just 17% for the remaining 37% of Aukam. I'll let you be the judge of how good that deal is. And well, aside from those earlier named shares, Gratomic is also paying cash to Next Graphite. This part is also pretty complicated, so I'll explain this easy as I possibly can. So first, Gratomic has already paid $100,000 to Next Graphite. The second part, they'll pay out $500,000 of the first $1 million Gratomic does in revenue to Next Graphite before July 29th, 2022. And if they fail to do this, so the $1 million in revenue before end of July 2022, well, then they pay a fine of $250,000. So this is as easy as I can possibly make it. For the best case, Gratomic has paid 26 million shares to Next Graphite in combination with $600,000 in cash. And for the worst case, they'll pay 26 million shares as well, but $850,000 in cash instead. And remember people, from this deal, Gratomic effectively increased their revenues, profits, etc. by 37%. So there's two main questions I saw on online forums regarding this topic. First, why was there a new news report? I thought this deal closed a month ago. And well, you are right, the deal closed a month ago. This time, however, the TSX or the Toronto Stock Exchange put their stamp of approval on it as well. So the last time we were at 100% and now we're at 110%. And second, why does this matter? Well, we need to keep in mind that Aukam is Gratomic's bread and butter. That is the big project that is expected to generate tons and tons of graphite in the future. In the past, however, 30% of all the graphite produced by Gratomic was owned by Next Graphite. So in the past, of every $100 million Gratomic generated, 37% was actually Next Graphite. Now, however, the full 100% goes to Gratomic and in turn to us shareholders. Also remember, we paid effectively 17% for a 37% increase. That's a pretty sweet deal if you ask me. And I think that's about it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and maybe even subscribe. Comment down below what you want to talk about next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.